Before the pandemic, I was planning to expand this year. Instead, we had to close our cafe.
A little deja vu happening here.
Seeing the judges again for the first time actually feels really different. I know how much I've worked over these last few years, so I'm actually really excited to show them what I can do.
It's amazing to be back in the kitchen, isn't it?
It sure is. And it's always nicer to be in a kitchen where you've got some familiar faces.
When I lost in season 2, I went out on my ground pork, so today I'm making a totally new dish with it.
You managed to use ground pork and make this patty dry. You got an onion ring, you got a burger, and you got an egg. It's not very refined to me.
I'm just worried I won't have enough time to finish everything because I'm being real ambitious. I'm going to be making a trio of dim sum with a little bit of a modern twist on flavor. I'm a bit nervous, but excited. Salt.
Hey there, Christopher.
Long time no see.
Nice to see you back in the MasterChef kitchen.
Glad to be here. After I left the MasterChef Canada kitchen, I took fate into my hands and opened my first bakery. That was an all-time high for me. I've never regretted a day of it. But the pandemic has made me realize that the food industry is the fragile one. When things shut down, it was really difficult. Winning would help us rebuild the business. But to be here, I had to leave behind my fiancée, and we were really looking forward to start planning our wedding together. But unfortunately, now we've had to put it on delay. But she understands, and she's cheering me on, so I really hope to bring back the goals for her.
So what do you think you have to prove in this competition?
I think everybody thinks that I only know how to bake. I've been working really hard to improve my savory. So I'm using ground pork, ground shrimp to do 3 types of dim sum.
That sounds pretty ambitious. I can't wait to see it. Thank you, Chris.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Oh, that last one went long.
That was an intense cook. I can't believe I actually pulled off 3 types of dim sum in 1 hour. Chef, today I made a trio of Cantonese dim sum. It's been served with a sriracha and lemon mustard aioli.
That's amazing. It looks like you've come a long way since the last time you were in this kitchen.
Thanks, Chef.
Delicious. Great flavors inside. The only comment I would have to make is increase the flavors within the dumpling. It's a little bit on the bland side, but overall, really amazing effort. I know how difficult it is to make dim sum, and you only had 1 hour. So you're more than just a pastry chef.
I've worked really hard these last couple of years to really improve myself in savory and sweets.
It shows, Christopher.
Thank you, Chef.
Maki.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
That's so intricate.
I eat maki fairly often. Me and my fiance love Japanese food, but I don't make a lot. I'm making a vegetarian sushi using miso grilled eggplants, enoki mushroom, daikon, and leeks. This is something that's really near and dear to my heart. I cook most often for my fiance. She loves eating vegetarian style. I met my fiance in pharmacy school, and we finally were engaged about 6 months ago. She has been unbelievably supportive of my dream to open my own bakery. So my motivation to win comes from her.
Yeah, Chris.
Well done, buddy.
Each component I bang out has to be right on the dot because there's no time to go back.
Christopher, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Chef Claudio. So this is a vegetarian-style sushi filled with a miso-glazed eggplant, pickled daikon, and a tempura enoki mushroom.
Wow, this looks great.
Thank you, Chef.
The rice is a textbook, perfectly cooked. The filling is interesting, but could use a little more flavor. Your desserts are incredible, but your savory is really catching up.
Thank you, Chef.
Definitely someone to keep an eye on in this kitchen.
Thank you.
Really great. Well, that was hardcore.
The goal in this challenge was to create maki that combined imagination with execution. And we were very impressed with what you all pulled off.
The 3 of us agreed that 2 cooks were especially outstanding tonight. So please head up to the gallery. Christopher and Jen.
Thank you, Chef.
Way to go,
Good job,
Jen.
guys.
Way to go.
Good job, Chris. Way to go.
I feel a huge wave of relief rolling off my shoulders.
So I know Christopher's familiar with cooking rice, so I'm leaving that up to him, and I'm also leaving him chicken prep.
I'm working on the chicken karaage, and it's probably one of the most important, so I really got to get this done and really bang out the flavors.
For one special night only, the MasterChef Canada kitchen is open for delivery. 2 teams race to prepare their menus before the orders start rolling in.
How much time do we got?
30 minutes, guys.
You know, from this point of view, you can clearly see how these cooks have evolved since they were here the first time.
Well, I mean, I can see a skill, I can see a professionalism in what they're doing.
Good.
Good?
Add more soy.
Okay, I really want to win this one. 3 months prior to the pandemic, I opened a cafe. When things shut down, we did a little bit of takeout, but brunch is just not an item that travels well. So I decided to close the cafe. Winning would help us so much. It would give us the money that we need to help us rebuild and give us an opportunity to keep growing.
Yeah, this should be good.
Next order, 1 poke, 1 eggplant, 1 ginatan.
Okay.
The red team's vegetable entree is charred eggplant with calamansi mignonette, couscous, and kimchi.
I gotta tell you, the dish looks very elegant, but again, that is very small. It almost looks like a side dish. Let's dig in and see what he's come up with. I gotta be honest, I'm underwhelmed by the flavor profiles in this dish.
I like the flavors of it, but I find the kimchi a little overpowering.
I just don't see the balance in this dish. The under-seasoned eggplant, blend, couscous, and kimchi, you know?
I know.
I think it's a great dish. It just needs a touch more work. I think it needs a soothing dressing to go with it. Maybe a yogurt base. It would bring things back into balance, in my opinion.
It looked like a restaurant quality dish. Unfortunately, it fell flat on some of the flavors, and there wasn't enough substance to it.
Order up.
The red team's noodle entree is sweet potato noodles with ginatan sauce and red cabbage slaw.
That is awesome. Great flavors, big, bright, bold, delicious. Everything you would ever want in something that is delivered to your home.
I just love the texture of that potato noodle and that wonderful crunch that comes from the cashews and that cabbage slaw. Wonderful, wonderful dish.
I always love sweet potato noodles. It never dries out, so it's very good for takeout. The star of the show, and wish I had more of it, is the sweet potato. Because this sweet potato, to me, it's absolutely delicious.
It's very good.
Order up.
Teams, you should be proud of yourselves. You sent out 260 delivery dishes in just 90 minutes. That's big.
Good job, guys.
Well done.
The brightest spots for both teams were the noodle dishes. They both earned rave reviews on the app, and we 100% agree with your customers. Both teams nailed that part of the menu.
But the comments were not all positive. Red team, there were complaints about portion size. Your customers felt some dishes were just too small.
Blue team, your mushroom tacos were not a hit. The customers found them a little underwhelming.
But this challenge comes down to numbers, not comments. Each customer was asked to give their meal a score out of 5. And for the team with the lowest average rating, there will be consequences.
The results were close. The losing team finished with an average of 3.8 out of 5. The winning team did slightly better with a 4.1 rating.
And that team who created and executed the most pleasing delivery dishes is the red team.
Yes!
Good work.
Congrats, guys.
I get so happy.
I am very excited about this challenge.
Plant-based cooking has come such a long way that there's really no compromise when it comes to creating great comfort food dishes using those plant-based elements.
When I hear comfort food, my mind immediately goes to desserts.
Today I'm doing a play on a Chinese dessert, which is a tofu pudding. I'm making my own take on it by doing a panna cotta to make it a little bit more elevated, and I'll be adding some other components to it as well.
In MasterChef Canada Season 2, the dish I was most proud of was my cake. In 1.5 hours, it's not easy to bake a cake with so many different components. Thinking back, I really pushed the limits.
This is a league of its own. My mouth is watering right now.
I'm still impressed by what I did back then. With this one today, I need to really bring my game if I want to win.
There are a lot of delicious vegan desserts, especially in Chinese cooking. So I'm really hoping that today I get to show off to the judges.
My expectation when it comes to desserts are up here, as high as they can possibly be. As a pastry person, I have to be extra innovative. I need to be doing things that judges wouldn't expect.
I'm doing a lot of components today. I'm going to be doing 5 different components. So I really got to get serious and get my game face on if I want to win today. I have won nothing so far, so winning today means everything.
I'm really confident in my abilities, so I'm not going to be playing it safe when it comes to dessert. There are little tricks that you can use, especially in modern pastry, that can make a product that's seemingly not vegan into a vegan product. Traditionally, I use agar-agar to make a vegan panna cotta. However, agar-agar can give you a very crispy, almost brittle gel, so I want to soften it a little bit. So today I'm actually using 2 seaweed-based gels. By combining them together, you can get a panna cotta that has a better mouthfeel than just using all agar.
You know, I like the ambition, but I'm not so sure that the panna cotta is going to set in time. He doesn't have much time left.
Only 10 more minutes!
Oh, sorry, guys. Andy's klutz.
With panna cotta, it's always a risk because you might not have enough time to get it to set.
Let's see how that is.
Traditionally, using these 2 seaweed gums requires at least 2 to 3 hours of wait time. I'm hoping that by increasing the concentration, it's gonna set faster. If the panna cotta isn't set, I'm not gonna have anything to plate and present to the judges.
Come on, work for me. Come on.
My panna cotta is not set, and there's only 5 minutes left. My original plating would have been this beautiful panna cotta that's shaped like a rectangle, but now I'm stuck with plating in a bowl. It's not the ideal plating I wanted, but it's better than not having one. I know the flavors are there. I really, really want to win this one. Today I've drawn from comforting desserts I had as a child, particularly tofu pudding and also the almond soup. I've elevated them by making a tofu coconut panna cotta. We have a yuzu passion fruit fluid gel, a bit of meringue for crisp, a black sesame crumble, and almond black sugar ice cream on top.
Wow. Presentation is quasi-modern, which is innovative and fresh. A bit of a twist. The flavors, to me, bring a sense of peace and calm and sophistication. The texture of the panna cotta, quite nice. Well done. Thank you, Christopher.
Ah, Christopher.
Chef Alvin.
Very nice. We both come from Chinese family, and I remember those tofu puddings, coconut soups. Chinese kind of desserts was something that's also very close to me. It's there. It's light, it's airy. This just takes me back to my childhood, which is going back further than yours.
Thank you, Chef.
Hey, Chef.
Well done, Chris.
You know, I can't believe it. Andy is going for dessert one more time. I personally think there's a little bit of a feud between he and Christopher.
If it's going to be the battle of dessert, Christopher is going to give Andy a run for his money.
I chose pandan and siphon.
I took pandan because it's a childhood comfort flavor of mine.
Pandan is a really subtle flavor. It's a little bit grassy, a little bit herbal, but it's got this very rich, creamy, robust flavor.
Today, I'm doing a bit of a tropical dessert. It's gonna be a plated dessert.
I'm making a pandan forest with pandan espuma. Espuma is a foamed, warm component.
And I'm also gonna be doing a pandan micro sponge with the siphon.
When Andrew won with a dessert last week, I really wanted to bring my dessert game this week.
It is something a little bit different, and I hope the judges will be impressed. It's hot in this kitchen.
I am sweating. I'm calling my dish Into the Ravine because when I was a kid, we had a ravine behind my parents' house, and I would always go down there and walk around in the woodsy areas, you know, play with sticks and branches, and it was just a big part of my childhood growing up. I've got 10 things to put on this plate, and if I mess up even one of them, I have to start all over. I'm making caramelized milk logs, So it looks like there's branches and dead fallen trees around. And then mushrooms, I'm gonna start with the espuma on the bottom. I just need to block everything else out and just focus on what's in front of me. I'm nervous because my dessert is high concept, and if it doesn't translate over the judges, then I just have a mess on the plate.
My words were siphon and pandan. I would call this dish Into the Ravine. I used the siphon 2 ways. I've done a pandan coconut espuma on the bottom and also used it to make a steamed micro sponge on top. There's meringue mushrooms for some crisp, a pistachio crumb, some caramelized milk logs, and then just some red currants and yellow currants for some acidity.
Wow. I must say, I am lost for words. It's so pretty that I don't want to eat it. There's moss, there's mushrooms, there's soil. This is so beautiful, but does it taste as good as it looks? I love the soil. The pandan is definitely there, and you had to put it in strong. It is very light and delicate, and you handle it well. All the flavors, they come together. The crispiness, a bit of saltiness from the soil even, it goes very well with the pandan. This dish, to me, I'm lost for words, as I said. And that doesn't happen to the Demon Chef. I'm emotional. That says it all.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you.
Good job. I think that today is gonna be finally my day to win.
Please come to the front, Christopher and May.
Christopher,
Yes, Chef.
you came into this season with a reputation for your sweets. Then last week, you had to watch Andrew beat you at your own game. Well, let me tell you, your dessert tonight threw down the gauntlet.
So, how do we pick between them? How? I tell ya, we do not. We're calling it a dead heat for the best of the night. You both deserve to join Andrew in the gallery.
Good job.
That's me.
It feels pretty awesome, honestly.
With lots of mushrooms today.
Today, I'm going to focus on a savory dish.
Oh, these are gorgeous. My goodness.
I need to show the judges that I'm just as good of a cook as I am with desserts.
Chef Claudio,
Christopher, so what's your dish?
I'm doing a variety of mushrooms. I've got some morels here that I've just braised. I've got some mushrooms confit in the oven. I'll also be frying a little bit of gnocchi, so it's almost like a mushroom garden. And then I'm gonna plate my fried bugs on it. So it's almost like they're walking down a garden.
The judges want to see how well we can use the theme of the challenge today. And I know I want to make crickets the star of my dish. So I'm trying to recreate a moment from my childhood when I was on recess and I would be trying to catch these crickets with my friends. But unfortunately, I sort of just did a forest-themed dessert last week, and I don't want the judges thinking that I'm just a one-trick pony. But I'm going to take the risk anyways because I really think this is a great way to show off the cricket.
All right, I'll leave you to it.
Thank you, Chef.
Stop the cook!
What is going on? Why are we stopping the clock? We're in the middle of a cook.
Here comes the twist.
What are you gonna add to this challenge now?
None of the challenges are gonna be easy or straightforward. There's gonna be a twist.
Open your boxes now.
Okay.
Yes!
What is this? We have 4 more ingredients for you. Okay.
Your choices are Callus Caviar, a sustainable cod roast spread. Sinap Grove, organic whole grain mustard. Chocolade Mork, sustainable dark chocolate. Silt Lingon, organic lingonberry preserves.
You must incorporate at least one of them into your dish.
Oh, it's a pretty big curveball. I'm gonna be incorporating the mustard and roe into my puree today. It's not easy to suddenly work ingredients into a plan that you came up already, and given that we've got 30 minutes left, I really gotta hustle.
I'm spending so much time cutting these mushrooms and making sure they're the right size, and I need to find a way to plate this dish. If everything doesn't come together where it should be, the plate's just gonna look like a mess. This could be a disaster.
You're up next.
I was inspired by the cricket. The puree on the bottom is a spring onion and pea puree. On top, you have a medley of mushrooms. We have braised morels, confit chanterelles, and fried enoki.
Great plating.
Thank you, Chef.
It's playful, but it also is reminiscent of your last dessert presentation. The flavors are very bold. The wonderful savory pea, the little spring onion. There is something in there that has a real umami hit to it.
It might be the morel soil.
Ah, okay. And how did you make that?
Olive oil, morels, flour, and ground cricket to bring some nuttiness.
It is a beautiful presented dish, lots of great flavors, incredible technique. And I hope that you're able to continue to create exciting food like this for us on an ongoing basis.
Thank you, Chef.
Let's do this. Andrew thinks that me and May are gonna butt heads. But May is very fast in the kitchen, and she's also very precise. And I think we're gonna bang this out.
Chris, get the fish broken down.
Okay.
Remember to save that tail. Christopher and I are gonna operate as one person. Chris, get some veg. We can do the fish later. Get the veg in the pot, please.
Got it.
Whoever is in the kitchen doesn't have time to think. So the other person outside is gonna do the thinking for them.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Sorry.
Move. Chris, you just gotta go a little bit faster, man. You gotta go a little bit faster.
I've never heard May be quite so vocal in any of our challenges.
She is really fired up right now.
Thinly sliced leeks, please.
Yeah, keep calling out to me.
Okay?
May is not afraid to tell you what to do, but that's perfect. That's what we need in a team challenge.
Chris, just microplane the garlic. Chris, just microplane garlic. Who the hell cares?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch!
What are you working on?
Drain the potato.
Ginger for the marinade.
You got it, let's go.
Can you throw the sardines on?
Chris, I think we have lots of times for sardines, man.
Okay.
Which element on the platter do you think would be the most difficult to do, Alvin?
I think ceviche, because you got to break down the fish, and then you got to get right amount of acidity to cook the fish.
Finish the marinade, then get the fish in there.
I'm actually not gonna worry about that right now.
I think the way me and May organize things is a little bit different.
I'm just gonna break down all the seafood for us.
I'm just trying to get things out of the way.
May wants to start the ceviche later, which is not wrong, but I'm the kind of guy who likes to get one item done at a time. If we don't finish tasks as we start them, it's very easy to miss ingredients.
Where are my breadcrumbs?
Breadcrumbs are right there. Get that muscle done, get that muscle done, come on. Nice.
This kitchen right now is going 100 miles an hour.
But you can feel the intensity is building. As the clock ticks down, that pressure just constantly keeps pouring on. Christopher has just put his frito misto in the deep fryer. Now, I hope he hasn't put all the varieties of fish in one basket, because things will definitely be overcooked.
Okay, we got this, we got this, we got this. Yes, 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 good.
It looks like the tide is changing here. Christopher and May are ahead of everyone right now.
Don't worry about the time, don't look at the time. Just focus on getting it done. How do you do the cone?
You're a pastry chef, man. You got it.
Where's the,
Right there, right there.
Get as much as you can on that platter. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up.
Holy.
Wow.
Chris, we did a pretty bang-on job. We have every single component on there.
Good job, Team Asian.
Freaking
Team Asian.
Well, look at this, look at this. When Andrew was making up the team, I think his strategy was putting things that didn't mix together. Andrew, you got this one wrong. Do you think it was a perfect mix, you guys?
I think so.
I think we worked really well together. We were just focused on getting every element out on the plate.
But, because it tastes good. Let's go for the frito misto. Looking at it, it does look a little pale. The aioli, nice, very nice. The smell, it could have used just a little bit more time. I'm really looking forward to this squid here, because if you look at it, This is precise, like you're parking cars. You scored it nicely. It's really good. I think it's restaurant quality.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Chef
Chef.
Alvin.
Thank you.
The ceviche looks amazing. Look at the liquid, beautiful. There's a smile on your face. It's amazing. You're happy, aren't you?
I'm very happy.
So how does it taste?
Oh, man.
Just a bone.
Oh, no.
Who butchered the fish?
It was me, Chef.
Christopher, if this was a restaurant ceviche and I received that, I'd return it.
Absolutely, Chef. I would comp the meal.
Okay, mussels. Just by looking at these mussels, you can see that they're perfectly steamed. They're still plump. The broth is full of depth, really incredible. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef.
I'm going to try the sardines. Fabulous. Really well seasoned.
Thank you, Chef.
Next, the coquille Saint-Jacques. It looks great. It really does. Sea scallop, lovely. Cook on it, nicely seasoned. The potatoes are very light and fluffy. It's amazing what two individuals can do when communicating clearly and concisely.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Chef.
I'm worried because our platter's not perfect.
Good
job, guys.
Our ceviche, we forgot to check it for bones.
We were looking for a challenge that would push you to your limits. And I believe we found it.
No one's platter was perfect, but one was pretty darn close. May and Christopher,
Yay, congrats.
your platter was the best of the bunch.
Chris and I killed it. We worked so well as a team. We supported each other, and we communicated well.
Getting to top 5 is a huge deal for me because top 5 was where I ended up on season 2.
Nobody's arguing with me for dessert, though, right?
No, you can have dessert.
Okay.
Do dessert.
Thank you. I'm going to be doing chocolate mousse that's filled with a caramel in the center and dipped in a hazelnut coating. And the ice cream I'll be pairing with it is going to be a truffle egg yolk. Okay.
Definitely gonna need quite a few of these.
Since we're doing a bit of an Italian theme, I'm going to be doing a hazelnut chocolate mousse filled with caramel, and I'm going to be pairing it with a vanilla bean truffle and yolk ice cream. I'm going to have to really push today if I want to get everything done on time.
First thing I do is start working on my ice cream because my ice cream is going to take the longest.
Christopher, surprise, surprise, he's doing dessert. Who would have guessed? Obviously, he's a dessert king, so our expectation from him is going to be a lot greater.
But they all know that he is extraordinary when it comes to pastry. So in my mind, they have given him basically a free pass to a win. It's a huge advantage.
I'm working on my chocolate pastry next because that has to freeze solid before I'm able to dip it in the hazelnut chocolate coating. So I need to get that into the freezer right away.
Christopher,
Chef Alvin.
let me guess, you're doing dessert.
Absolutely. I think all my teammates trust me to do it.
Obviously, there'll be a high expectation. You're supposed to be the sweet king.
Absolutely, Chef.
What are you doing?
I've decided to stick with the Italian theme and go with the hazelnut chocolate mousse, and I'm going to be pairing it today with a savory truffle ice cream.
Truffle in desserts, have you ever done it before?
Yes, truffles and chocolates goes really well together, and because today we're doing an Italian challenge, I thought this would be the perfect dessert.
Sounds tough. I'll leave you to it.
Thank you, Chef.
This dish is really innovative. Truffles are very rarely seen in desserts. Because they have such earthy, rich umami flavor, I think compared to the other cooks, I'm really pushing the boundaries and upping the ante. I'm really taking it to the next level using a unique flavor combination that I've only tried once.
Come on. Okay. Right down to the last 5. Oh, let me check my crumble. Oh my gosh.
Everything's going according to plan. The colors on the plate are bright. I'm making this dish a showstopper. I'm using gold flake, and I'm not being shy with it. I want to transport all of the guests to a 3-star Michelin restaurant. This is incredibly stressful. Getting judged by my fellow cooks and 3 extremely distinguished judges. It's less of a dinner party and more like a slaughterhouse.
Today's dessert is a truffle vanilla bean ice cream. Underneath is a bit of a pistachio powder. You have the chocolate mini pastry, which is filled with a chocolate mousse and a liquid caramel center and dipped in a hazelnut chocolate coating. And then finally on the base, you have a lemon calamansi gel for some acidity.
I love truffles and adding savory into a dessert, but like truffle ice cream and chocolate bar are things you wouldn't usually put together.
Whoa. You're a very strange man. I've never tasted anything like that in my life.
Andy, what do you think?
I think my brain's trying to catch up to what I just ate. The truffle ice cream, when I first ate it, I didn't think I liked it, and then I started really liking it the more that I ate. It's so fun.
None of the flavors really worked for me. I really enjoyed the chocolate mousse and the caramel, but then you go over to the truffle ice cream and it's just punching you in the face with truffle. And then I get the acidity from the calamansi. I don't know, it kind of doesn't make sense to me right now.
It was really rich and delicious. I am in agreement with May, though it feels kind of like 2 different things on a plate. And when you eat them all together, it's a little confusing, but I can check off the list that I've had truffle ice cream.
I feel like I want to spend a minute in Christopher's brain. I think he's a mad scientist in the best way. The truffle is extremely interesting, which is something you wouldn't expect in a dessert. It was creamy, the texture was amazing in the ice cream.
If I had known that it was my fellow cooks who would be doing the tasting, I would have dumbed down the flavors a little bit and made it a little bit more comforting, not so polarizing for my fellow cooks.
Christopher, I gotta tell you, when I tried the truffle ice cream, it just sucker punched me. And I loved it. I thought that it was bold. It reminded me a lot of the way I cook. I want my food to stand out. I think you did the same thing. Your food really pops.
I think if you'd taken the truffle, infused it into the chocolate, where they two would work together so much more in a subtle way, and then have the ice cream as a foil to round things out, heaven.
Chefs sometimes have to challenge people. If you're confident, then stick with it. You gotta have that strength there. I don't think you should change it at all.
Thank you, Chef.
Top 5, we have the results of your voting, and they are very interesting.
4 of you earned first place votes from at least one of your competitors. And 4 different cooks were ranked last on at least one ballot. So there was definitely not a consensus.
The results might reflect a range of factors: taste, presentation, technique, and strategy. We gave you the power, and you decided how to use it.
The dish voted worst belongs to either Andy or Christopher. Can the 2 of you please stand forward?
Andy, do you think that you and Christopher deserve to be in the bottom? Or is this the result of some strategic voting?
I know, I certainly voted using strategy.
Christopher, what do you think?
No, I voted truthfully. I think the taste of my dessert was probably a little too adventurous for my other cooks.
Tonight, we are only the messengers. The last place dish belongs to... Christopher.
Andy, you can join the others.
Christopher, I can't speak for your competitors or the choices that they've made, but you know you created a dessert that, while excellent, was challenging to some of your diners.
Regardless of the reason for their choice, you will not be going home today.
At this stage of the competition, the only people with the power to send someone home are the 3 of us. However, you will have a disadvantage in next week's challenge.
So, Christopher, you live to cook another day.
Thanks, Chef.
Take full advantage of this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Now go get some rest. You're gonna need it.
I'm super relieved that I'm not going home today, but it was a really close call. It's not gonna stop me. I'm still gonna bring my A game and do whatever it takes to stay in this competition because I'm back to win.
Today, I'm going right back to my roots. I'm gonna go all baking because I think that's the real root of desserts.
I'm taking the idea of an Asian banana split and fusing it together with the French dessert, Saint Honoré gâteau. It has these little profiteroles on top filled with pastry cream, and in the base, you can use a puff pastry, but you can also use a tart. I've never made a Saint Honoré cake in 75 minutes of my life. Usually, it takes half a day to make all the components, but I'm taking the risk by making small portions of each component.
Oh my God, this.
Stop! Pause your cooking.
Oh no.
Time for the twist.
There are a lot of different flavors going on in your desserts, and we're a little worried it's gonna cause chaos for our palates.
We want each of you to make us a palate cleanser, like a sorbet or a granita.
I'm really not happy about this twist. I planned out all of my time without any extra, and now I gotta do this? This palate cleanser twist might send me home. This whole season, I've been getting tossed around in the dessert competition. I lost to Andrew on the plant-based challenge. Last week, I was voted to have the worst dish out of everybody.
None of the flavors really worked for me. It's just punching you in the face with truffle.
It feels kind of like two different things on a plate. It's a little confusing.
I felt like I really poured my soul and my heart into my dish, and to be ranked the worst really hurt. So today, I'm really gonna show everybody what I'm capable of.
I'm baking these choux pastry with what we call cracklin, which is like a cookie on top, to get a nice crispy surface. The pressure is on. I need to execute because I am a professional baker.
Christopher,
How are you guys?
this week is payback time, right?
I certainly hope so. But I'm gonna go right back to my roots. I'm doing baking full out. I'm gonna be doing a play on the Saint Honoré cake, which is a classic French pastry.
So what's a traditional honoré cake?
The traditional Saint Honoré cake, you have the puff pastry on the base, and then you have the cream puffs on top. But today, I'm gonna be using a tart as a base, a banana financier tart. Bring in the banana. Then each of the cream puffs will be filled with a different pastry cream. I'm gonna have a matcha, a red bean, and a chocolate.
Each of the cream puffs?
That's right, we'll have a different pastry cream so that the whole thing is a banana split, but in a French pastry style.
Oh my gosh, this sounds amazing. I'm so excited to see what you do.
I got a lot to do, so fingers crossed.
All right.
I know you got revenge in mind, but remember, revenge is best served sweet. Okay?
Thank you, Chef.
I am panicking at this point. I haven't even started my palate cleanser. So I'm throwing together something that I would want in the moment. And I would like a nice refreshing cocktail right now. I'm gonna make a play on one of my favorite popsicles from when I was a kid by taking blood orange, combining it with yuzu and apple juice, and then just doing a little bit of limoncello cream around the side.
Come on.
I'm squeezing these oranges, trying to think of what I need to get in the freezer next, what needs to be finished, how much stuff I still have left to do. My sponge isn't ready yet. My cream puffs aren't even filled yet. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this. I'm scared at this point. I'm not just panicked, I'm scared. I am genuinely worried that I'm gonna be going home today.
Okay.
I honestly do not know how Christopher's going to get this done.
It's a very ambitious cake to do in an hour.
There are so many components to it. I can see panic setting in there big time.
But if anybody can, it's him.
I gotta make sure all the flavors are good.
I have to bake my financier sponge in a little ramekin, so it'll be just the right size for my tart. But my sponge is still a little bit warm at this point because I didn't even have enough time to cool it.
It's too hot. I'm just chilling my cake so I can put it into my tart. I just don't want it to be too hot so it melts the cream. But I'm really working right down to the last second here.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
What a finish!
Nicely done.
I'm very nervous. I took a huge risk, and I'm just wondering, is this enough?
So today's inspiration comes from Eric Chong's season 1 dessert, this Asian banana split. My palate cleanser is a frozen cocktail. It's a blood orange and yuzu sorbet. Around it is a little bit of limoncello cream. The cake I've done is the Saint Honoré Gâteau, because when you think of banana split, you have the little balls of ice cream on top with banana underneath. And so I've done the cream puffs in 3 flavors, chocolate, red bean, and matcha, laying on top of a banana financier tart.
Absolutely gorgeous. Wow, wow, and wow. Let me cleanse my palate first. That blood orange flavor, it's just amazing. And I'm hoping that that will be a perfect introduction to the Gâteau Saint Honoré. Oh my goodness, look at that. Perfect execution of every detail. The pastry crust is perfect. Crispy, crunchy, that wonderful, rich pastry cream, flavorful. And then that caramelized banana in all its glory. It just shines.
Thank you, Chef.
We asked for legendary, and I think you've delivered.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It looks amazing. Wow. That sound. This is not the best tasting dessert I've had in this season. It's the best in 7 seasons. Incredible. Those flavors just pop out. I love how you took Eric Chung's finale dessert, reinvented it, twisted it, the matcha, the banana, the red bean. You've brought so many gifts to this kitchen. It's amazing.
Thank you, Chef.
Woo! Yeah!
Good job, Christopher. Nice work.
I'm so proud of him.
Desserts always rear their heads in this competition eventually.
And there were wonderful elements in most of your dishes.
But nobody could have prepared themselves for what one cook delivered. Last week, some of you voted to push the dessert king off his throne. But tonight, he baked up some sweet revenge. Congratulations, Christopher. Your unforgettable dessert was the best of the night.
Thank you, Chef.
Well done.
Good job, Christopher.
We tried.
I'm so relieved that the judges love my dish. The effort and the passion I put into perfecting my craft wasn't a waste.
There are 3 spots in the finale. Someone is going home.
I like this challenge. All the ingenuity, creativity, innovation, it's all gonna come out to make that humble ingredient shine.
Beets have a really strong earthy flavor, and so sometimes it's hard to pair flavors with them. But tonight's cook is gonna take every chick I've got left in the bag if I wanna make it to the finale. I'm gonna be doing a beet palate cleanser, which is a beet pomegranate sorbet with some ginger foam, charred corn, and just a little splash of balsamic. My second dish is gonna be a beet gratin served with a onion and pine nut emulsion. And my last dish is beet salad with salt roasted beets with smoked duck breast, goat cheese, and some sherry vinaigrette. Salt roasting beets usually takes at least an hour, so I gotta move super fast because I've only got 75 minutes. I'm starting to feel like I might be overstretching today. Oh my gosh, I think I've got at least 10 more things to do.
Okay, that's super.
I'm trying to make sure that everything is in front of me so I can just get it all on the plate.
It looks like Chris has taken out his roasted beets and about to unwrap them to see if they're done.
I check on my salt-baked beets, and they're still not ready. If I don't get these beets cooked, I'm going home for sure because that's the whole star of my dish.
I am really worried about Christopher.
I tried to reach for the stars, but I'm done for if I don't get this done.
5 minutes! You only have 5 more minutes left.
My beautiful plating plans have completely gone out the window.
I think this time he has bitten off more than he can chew.
I'm not going home today.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
I'm so nervous. I think this is possibly the worst plating that I've presented all season. The first beet preparation is a palate cleanser. This is a beet and pomegranate sorbet. The second preparation is a classic salt-roasted beet salad with a little bit of smoked duck breast and a beet au gratin. And on the side, there's just a pine nut emulsion.
Let's take a look at the duck dish. I think the plate could have been a little larger. Would you agree?
I agree, Chef. I ran out of time for plating all of my dishes. I started plating when there was only 5 minutes left.
Are you happy with the cook on the duck?
Yes, Chef.
I think that looks very nice. The roasted beets shine through, and that's what you've achieved here in all its glory. Then you have this duck. I love that little hint of smoke. And then you get that goat cheese that adds a wonderful creamy finish, but just a touch of acidity that livens up things. This could be the first dish that tastes better than it looks. Very nicely done.
Thank you, Chef.
This looks beautiful. You got a lot of techniques here. What is this? You roast the beetroot, you made it thin, right?
Scalloped.
Scalloped beetroot, so you sliced it very, very, very thin, and then you cooked it, right?
Yes.
Good idea. What excited me was the scallop of beetroot.
Yeah.
And that worked very well. It's got very unique textures. The pickled beetroot, could have used a bit more of it, okay? This sauce with the pine nut, it's also quite interesting. Give it a bit of richness. I like it. You have a lot of things coming together, but maybe just slightly a bit too much. Sometimes less can be more.
Yes, Chef.
This is your palate cleanser?
Yes, Chef. So this is a beet and pomegranate sorbet. It has a ginger foam and a bit of charred corn and just a splash of balsamic at the base.
There's a lot of components happening here, and it's very ambitious. The beet sorbet is very punchy, it's very clean. I like the flavor of the corn, I just don't like the texture. I have to be honest. Ginger foam, cream, beets, this dish confuses me a little bit. It seems like you have too many ideas floating around in your mind. I think when you're trying to innovate, not everyone's gonna get what you're doing. I do like where you were going with this. Sometimes you're ahead of your time.
I definitely overthought my concepts, and I'm disappointed that I might not make it to the finale.
Each of you created 3 dishes in just an hour and 15 minutes. There were some big hits and also some misses.
Deciding between the 4 of you has not been easy. You are all exceptional cooks.
But sadly, we're forced to say goodbye to one of you. Andrew, we're sorry.
Wow. Proud of what I've done. I appreciate the opportunity. Just wish everybody great luck and knock it home in the finale.
Before you go, Andrew, which one of these 3 is gonna be Canada's next MasterChef?
Christopher has one of those brains that you just can't figure out, and nobody can touch him. Chris is gonna take it home.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, bud.
Wearing this jacket makes me feel so proud. I feel like all my hard work, all my effort finally paid off.
Son, you make it to finale now. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you never gave up your dreams in cooking and baking.
I have no doubt you will become a master chef. In my mind, you're already there. But no matter what, we'll be here waiting for you to come home, give you full support.
Hi, Chris. Oh, I miss you so, so much. I wish I could be there in person to support you. I know the MasterChef Canada title has been your dream ever since pharmacy school. And remember, no matter what happens, you've already won the hearts of so many people including my grandmother, who's watching over us and cheering you on from above.
Oh.
I love you so, so much.
Oh my goodness.
So Christopher, you met your fiance in pharmacy school, and she thought she was marrying a pharmacist. Little did she know.
We've been through so much together. After I graduated and before I started the bakery, and I was busy trying to save up funds to open it, were probably the hardest times in my life. I would finish 16-hour shifts at the pharmacy, and I'd come home and I'd keep baking until 3 or 4 in the morning, and then I'd repeat it the next day, and she'd be up with me, helping me so I could finish orders, just so that, you know, we could make enough money. So she's really been my rock, and I would love to bring back the title for her.
So, for the last time, are you ready?
Yes, Chef!
Your time starts now!
Passion fruit, nice.
I'm rooting for my boy, Chris, because his skills are unparalleled, in my opinion.
Duck fat.
He's a wizard, especially when it comes to baking.
Oh, I need to get cream cheese. Where's the shrimps?
With Christopher, he's got an incredibly creative mind. Expect the unexpected has become the norm.
For my appetizer, I'm making a spot prawn ceviche served with a Thai coconut soup ice cream, which is going to act as the soup of the ceviche. So as it melts, it keeps your ceviche cold. I'm doing this appetizer for my fiance because we were supposed to have a destination wedding in Thailand. So since we couldn't, I'm going to try to bring a piece of Thailand to my appetizer today.
Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
Push, push, push. You got this, you got this.
I look at my ice cream base, and it is just goop. I realized I added way too much thickener to it. I can't believe I made such a basic mistake.
Christopher looks really stressed right now.
Come on.
I knew coming into this course exactly how much starch I needed to add, and I still managed to mess it up. I'm panicking. Halfway mark, I'm nervous about my ice cream. It's not the right texture I wanted, and I need to fix it right now.
No, I need to thin it down a little bit. I put a little too much starch in it.
Come on.
The only way I can fix it is by blending it with more chicken stock and cream.
Good call, Chris.
Yep. And then I'm going to try to fortify the flavor with some more fish sauce and lime juice, and hopefully that will save it.
Yeah. Better?
Yeah, much better.
That looks better.
Now, I hope I have enough time to finish it in my ice cream maker. I'm checking my ice cream, but now I don't have enough time for it to set in my ice cream maker. I don't know. What can I do to freeze this ice cream in the last minute?
Can I get liquid nitrogen?
And here comes the science.
I'm gonna try and pour liquid nitrogen into my ice cream machine to cool down my soup really rapidly so that it can finish freezing. Okay, come on, cool for me.
Liquid nitrogen, it's risky, risky business. If you add too much to your ice cream base, it will turn into rocks, and it will actually seize that machine. It will stop it from churning.
He's got it. Yeah, Chris. There you go, Chris.
There is a bit of a risk, but I have no choice. I had to get this done. I'm fanning away the smoke from the ice cream machine, and I look in, and my ice cream's starting to set.
Yes, Chris. Beautiful.
1 minute! You only have 1 more minute left. One more minute. Come on, guys. The final minute going. Final minute. 1 more minute. Come on, push it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Servers are coming to pick your appetizers now.
The first appetizer up for tasting is Christopher's spot prawn ceviche, marinated in calamansi and chili, and served with a tom kha gai ice cream.
I like the plate. It's very colorful. The tom yum kai is going to melt and provide the dressing.
These flavors are super dramatic. It is really about the tongai being so icy cold and super refreshing with a little bit of heat to it. Those gorgeous, sweet, tender, succulent shrimp served raw are just loving bathing in this bath of wonderful flavors.
Overall, great control of flavor, acidity. I wish there was a little more of the calamansi dressing because it had wonderful depth of flavor, but you needed more of it to cut through the heaviness and the richness of the coconut.
Guys, 30 minutes.
Just a little bit more.
I'm doing a duck breast with a smoked tea egg and a taro nest. Duck breast takes a long time to cook because of the huge fatty layer. And the only way you're gonna get a nice crispy skin is if you cook it down and render all the fat out of it.
Trying to make a jus right now with my leftover duck pieces.
I'm loving watching Chris right now.
Almost there. I'm cooking some wheat starch. This is gonna be used for my taro nest.
I need to steam the taro until it's very soft, and then you can knead the two together with some butter into it.
Okay, let's start doing the eggs.
Now I need to smoke my eggs. I really need at least 7 to 8 minutes to get a good smoky flavor. And then I still have to make my celeriac puree.
Careful, Chris.
I wish I had an extra 10 minutes to do this.
Might be falling behind a little bit here, so I gotta pick up the pace.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
This taro egg is extremely technical. You have to hold the basket at just the right level so that the oil is only frying the taro, but not frying the egg. It has to be done perfectly.
It's hard to watch.
It really is.
Okay, that looks okay.
That's just incredible.
My taro nest eggs look great, but the duck breast is the star of the show, and it has to be cooked to a perfect medium rare.
So the duck breast is coming right now. It looked beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
1 more minute, last minute, get it on the plate.
Gotta see if these are done.
Come on, you guys! Push, push! You got it, Andy, last time! Get it all down! Good job!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The last entree up for tasting is Christopher's. A seared duck breast served with a beet jus, smoked egg in a taro nest, and a celeriac puree.
I like the plating. I love the egg with the taro root nest. I love the gold leaf.
Every element here is interesting. Beautiful sauce on a beautifully cooked duck. I can't wait to cut into this.
I am really intrigued by this egg.
It has to be medium, creamy center. I tell you, there's a lot riding on that smoked egg. Hey, wow. Look at that. That is perfect.
The cook on Christopher's duck is perfect. It's well seared, it's well seasoned, it's well rested. The egg, I think, is sensational, that custardy center.
Every element here is done to perfection.
Overall, a very ambitious dish. It really worked.
Home stretch.
Yeah, home stretch, home stretch.
Oh my goodness, I've got one dessert left.
I'm known as a dessert guy. I can't make a mistake on this round.
Hey there, Christopher.
Chef Michael.
So, dessert. Tell me all about it.
So this cheesecake is a play on a traditional Chinese dessert, which is called mango, pomelo, and sago. I'm gonna be infusing it with that cheesecake me and my fiance really love.
So where's the wow factor in this cheesecake, Christopher?
So it's gonna be cheesecake foam filled with mango, pomelo, and sago mixture. We're gonna get a little bit of a brown butter crumb, some lemon sponge, and some passion fruit meringue, and some coconut snow for lots of crispy texture, brightness, and a little smoothness from the cheesecake.
Christopher, I'm gonna let you deal with that, and good luck.
Thank you. Okay, so that one's done.
The key to pulling off this dessert really is in executing the techniques. I'm putting my cheesecake foam in a sugar bag. It requires you to cook isomalt, which is a sugar, down until it's in a hard ball stage, which allows you to pull it and tease it into a bag shape. This is a very finicky technique.
Oh my God.
Bring it right to the end.
The coconut snow is going to be the ice cream component.
Can I get the nitrogen back?
The liquid nitrogen is coming back out again. I need to spray my coconut foam into the liquid nitrogen and break it up with a whisk while it's coming out. That way, I get these beautiful little particles of crispy ice cream.
Very cool, Chris.
The technical creativity they're bringing into these desserts, it's top level.
They are not making this easy for us.
Come on. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath.
Come on, you guys, keep it going.
Plating time.
Once this coconut snow hits the plate, it's gonna give a beautiful smoky effect.
Look how pretty it looks.
I feel like I'm really bringing something that will really wow the judges.
This is insanity.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's up!
Yeah! Oh my God!
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
You guys!
I thought that having 3 dishes that I had laid out and planned would be a walk in the park, but man, my brain is mush.
Christopher, what have you done for dessert?
This is a play on a traditional Chinese dessert called mango pomelo and sago. So you have a small isomalt bag that's filled with diced mango, shredded pomelo, and some cooked sago. On top, you have a mango cheesecake foam. Around the bag, you have some coconut snow, passion fruit meringue, and also some lemon sponge.
Did you get all that?
Yeah.
I like the presentation. The colors, simple. You got the yellow, you got the green, you got the white from the snow, you got bits of textures in there. It's a neat little package.
I don't like this. I love it. I like how light the passion fruit mousse is. I like the little sponge pieces of cake that are just studded around. The isomalt basket is really smart instead of sugar because isomalt really breaks down very easily and it can handle the moisture of the passion fruit mousse. I think overall, it is one of those show-stopping desserts.
I, too, love the exotic notes, the rich mousse that sits on top. But I would have loved to have seen just a little bit more of that diced mango as part of it.
I didn't expect that Andy and Tara were gonna create such amazing desserts too. But if I can pull ahead of one of them for the appetizer or entree, that title could be mine.
Good luck, good luck.
Good luck.
I've done the best I can. I'm tired. It was a long journey. No matter what, I've done myself proud.
After a long and difficult discussion, we decided that one cook left a more lasting impression.
That competitor will win $100,000, this trophy, and the life-changing title. This year's winner and Canada's new Master Chef is... Christopher.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Congratulations, Christopher.
I can't believe it. This is insane. I can't even describe it. It's a symbol of all the dedication, the sleepless nights, the countless hours that I put in chasing my food dream. There's no greater reward at this moment than this.